Y'all, look what I made. Look what I made.
Look what I made. Look what I made.
What's up? It's your boy Donovan, and we are back in my den for another paint with me. If you saw my last one, I followed a Himi gouache tutorial just so I could get to know the medium and I could work on what I'm gonna show you today, which is a set of still life paintings of a still life that I have set up right here in my den. It's right behind me. I really enjoyed the process, really love the end result. I have some notes for myself, of course, but I had so much fun doing this and I can't wait to do another one. So we're jumping right on into this one. You know, I don't want to waste no time yip yapping. How was everybody's holiday season, Christmas season going? When I'm posting this, it is just past Christmas, but right before New Year's. And this project is essentially what I spent all of my Christmas week working on. This was my outstanding project for that week. And I'm not mad at it. It was really peaceful. This was a good Christmas for me. Would you believe we're finally at the painting part of it? Yay! I'm starting with the vertical painting on the left, which is a painting of a small turquoise Buddha head statue that I got when I was visiting in Vietnam. And the statue was actually the inspiration for the entire piece. I saw it looking pretty in this, very kind of like dim romantic lighting that I have in my den, and I wanted to paint it. I was like, I should just turn this into a whole thing. And now here we are. I also started with this painting partially because I don't really like doing serious still lives and landscapes and stuff like that, like a serious artist. If I can be honest, I like drawing funny little cartoons of people. I like portraiture. So I started with the Buddha head because it tricked my brain into thinking that I was painting more of a portrait and allowed me to not get bored with this, because I get bored very easily. But I actually made it through and finished the entire thing. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my next video. I have no projects in mind. There are several things that I'm ignoring, of course, as per usual for me. Don't ever let me fool you and think that I don't have anything to be working on or to be doing, because I always have something I need to be doing. However, what do I want to do tends to take priority, and especially where art is concerned. But right now, I'm having a hard time figuring out what that is. Maybe since I talk about how I really prefer portraiture, maybe I could lean into that for the next one. I did do some figure drawing for my exclusive portfolio series that I'm only posting on Patreon. The link is in the description box below. But figure drawing is not necessarily the same as portraiture, especially when you're doing live figure drawings of yourself. It's like, okay, well, I know what I look like. It gets a little repetitive and a little dull, a little boring for me. So I'm thinking maybe I'll source some photos and do some portrait paintings or drawings in the next one. Let me know what you think, if that's a good idea or not. What I'm painting there is a bowl of money, and you can't really see what it is. I'll talk about it later in my conclusion, but that's what it is. I chose pretty lighting over camera visibility for this, and for that, I'm sorry. let's get into my favorite parts about these paintings. One of my favorite parts of the painting is the turquoise Buddha head vertical painting there. My next favorite part is the bottom painting. That might actually be my favorite one out of all of these, because I like that it's a more zoomed out perspective. You can only see about half of the still life setup here, but I still really like the variation in colors and textures, and that ceramic jar in the center is really stealing the show to me. That centerpiece, I love the way that I layered up the colors in order to get that glossy, reflective shine on that jar. My last favorite part is in this painting on the bottom, the sandcastle. That painting overall has less contrast and less interest in colors, and that's okay. I think that's all right. But the sandcastle, the actual sandcastle itself, my fave. I also feel like the money looks really good. You wouldn't really pay attention to it, but it's at the very bottom, the bowl of money. Definitely did better there than what I did on the top one. Which leads to my next point. My least favorite parts about this painting. The top still life, while I do enjoy the colors, I love that there's this pop of pink and purple out of nowhere, out of all this blue and yellow and green. However, you can't really tell what it is, unfortunately. I was being a little lazy. I'll be honest and say that. I was being a little lazy. I didn't blend as well as I could have, and I didn't work to make the colors look like they belong to the same form, like to the same object. It happens. I say 3 out of 4 paintings, I gave it my all, and I did okay. Anyways, thank you so much for rocking with me today. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. Don't forget to like it if you liked it, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.